Do you constantly feel like something is pulling at your energy, even when you cannot identify what it is? You wake up each morning with the best intentions, yet by the end of the day, you feel completely drained, as if someone has been siphoning your life force without your knowledge. This is not your imagination, and it is not a personal failing. What you are experiencing is a systematic extraction of your most precious resource, your energy, orchestrated by forces that benefit from keeping you depleted and compliant. Society has constructed an intricate web designed to harvest your attention, your emotions, and your vital essence while convincing you that this exhaustion is simply the price of modern living. Every system you interact with daily, from your workplace to your entertainment, from your news consumption to your shopping habits, has been carefully engineered to extract maximum energy from you while giving minimal nourishment in return. The most insidious part of this arrangement is that you have been conditioned to believe this is normal, inevitable, even necessary for success and happiness. The energy theft begins the moment you open your eyes each morning. Your phone, strategically placed within arm's reach, immediately floods your consciousness with notifications, news updates, and social media alerts. Each ping, each vibration, each colorful icon is a carefully crafted energy extraction device. The technology companies have invested billions of dollars in understanding exactly how to capture and hold your attention, because they know that attention is the gateway to your energy. When you scroll through social media first thing in the morning, you are not simply browsing harmless content. You are feeding your emotional and mental energy directly into a system that converts your engagement into profit for others. The news media plays a particularly sinister role in this energy extraction process. Fear sells and fear depletes. Every alarming headline, every crisis announcement, every piece of sensationalized information is designed to trigger your primal survival instincts. When you consume news that makes you anxious, angry, or afraid, you are not becoming more informed or prepared. You are having your energy systematically drained through the manipulation of your nervous system. The constant state of low-level stress and anxiety that many people experience is not a natural response to life's challenges. It is the direct result of consuming information designed to keep you in a state of perpetual fight or flight response. Your workplace represents another major energy extraction point in this vast system. The modern corporate structure was not designed with human flourishing in mind. It was designed to maximize productivity and profit extraction from human resources. The term human resources itself reveals the true nature of this relationship. You are not seen as a whole person with needs, dreams, and a spiritual essence. You are viewed as a resource to be utilized, managed, and eventually depleted. The 8-hour workday, the endless meetings, the artificial deadlines, the performance metrics, all of these structures exist to ensure maximum energy extraction from your being. The exhaustion you feel after a day at work is not simply physical tiredness from completing tasks. It is the result of having your creative life force channeled into activities that serve others' goals rather than your own soul's purpose. When you spend your days doing work that does not align with your deeper calling, you are essentially giving away your life energy in exchange for survival tokens called money. This transaction might seem fair on the surface, but the real cost is the gradual erosion of your connection to your authentic self and your spiritual vitality. Consumer culture represents perhaps the most sophisticated energy extraction mechanism ever devised. Every advertisement you see, every shopping experience you have, every product you desire has been engineered by teams of psychologists and marketers who understand exactly how to tap into your deepest insecurities and desires. The shopping mall, the online marketplace, the subscription service, these are not neutral spaces where you make rational purchasing decisions. They are energy harvesting facilities designed to convert your emotional needs into financial transactions. When you feel the urge to buy something new, you are not experiencing a genuine need. You are experiencing the activation of carefully programmed triggers that have been placed in your subconscious mind through years of exposure to sophisticated marketing techniques. The promise of happiness, success, or fulfillment through purchase is a lie that has been sold to you so effectively that you have internalized it as your own desire. Every time you make a purchase hoping it will improve your life, you are trading your energy for temporary relief from artificially created dissatisfaction. The entertainment industry functions as another energy extraction system, though it disguises itself as providing relaxation and enjoyment. The movies you watch, the music you listen to, the games you play, the shows you binge, all of these forms of entertainment are designed to capture your attention and emotional investment. While some entertainment can genuinely nourish your soul, much of what is produced by large corporations is designed to keep you passive, distracted, and emotionally dependent on external stimulation for satisfaction. When you spend hours watching television or scrolling through video content, you are not truly resting or recharging. You are entering a passive state where your energy is being absorbed by the content while your own creative and spiritual faculties remain dormant. The addictive nature of modern entertainment is not accidental. It is the result of deliberate design choices made by companies that profit from your continued engagement. The longer they can keep you consuming their content, the more of your life energy they can extract and monetize. Social media platforms represent the most direct form of energy harvesting ever created. These platforms have been designed using principles of behavioral psychology to create addiction-like patterns of usage. The intermittent reward schedule of likes, comments, and shares triggers the same neurochemical responses as gambling or drug use. When you post content hoping for validation, when you scroll endlessly through other people's curated lives, when you engage in online arguments or debates, you are feeding your emotional energy directly into systems that profit from your engagement. The comparison and competition that social media encourages is particularly draining to your spiritual well-being. When you constantly measure your life against the highlight reels of others, you disconnect from your own inner truth and authentic path. The energy you spend trying to present a perfect image to the world is energy stolen from your actual growth and development. The validation you seek from external sources is energy that should be flowing back to you from your own self-acceptance and inner knowing. Educational systems, even those that appear beneficial, often function as energy extraction mechanisms. The traditional approach to learning, with its emphasis on memorization, competition, and standardized testing, is designed to produce compliant workers rather than creative, independent thinkers. When you spend years having your natural curiosity channeled into predetermined curriculum and your learning pace dictated by institutional requirements, you are having your intellectual energy harvested for the benefit of maintaining existing power structures. The medical system, while providing some genuine healing, often operates as an energy extraction mechanism through the promotion of dependency rather than empowerment. When you are encouraged to rely on external authorities for your health decisions rather than developing your own body awareness and healing abilities, you are giving away your personal power and energy. The focus on treating symptoms rather than addressing root causes keeps you returning as a customer rather than becoming truly healthy and self-sufficient. Religious institutions, despite their spiritual appearance, often function as energy extraction systems when they promote dependency, guilt, and external authority over personal spiritual connection. When your relationship with the divine is mediated through institutional requirements, financial obligations, and behavioral restrictions, your spiritual energy is being channeled into maintaining the institution rather than nourishing your direct connection to source energy. The political system extracts energy through the cultivation of division, anger, and false hope. When you invest your emotional energy in political outcomes that you have no real control over, when you argue with others about ideological differences, when you allow political events to determine your emotional state, you are feeding your life force into a system designed to keep you distracted from your own power and potential. The financial system extracts energy through the creation of artificial scarcity and the promotion of debt-based living. When you worry about money, when you work jobs you hate to pay bills, when you sacrifice your time and energy for financial security that never quite arrives, you are participating in an energy extraction system that keeps you trapped in survival mode rather than thriving in creative expression. Even your relationships can become energy extraction mechanisms when they are based on codependency, drama, or unbalanced giving and receiving. When you consistently give more energy than you receive, when you absorb other people's emotions and problems, when you try to fix or save others at the expense of your own well-being, you are allowing your life force to be drained through interpersonal dynamics. The cumulative effect of all these energy extraction systems is a population of people who feel chronically tired, anxious, depressed, and disconnected from their own power and purpose. This is not an accident or a natural consequence of modern life. It is the predictable result of living within systems designed to harvest human energy for the benefit of those who control these systems. Understanding this reality is the first step toward reclaiming your energy and your life. Once you recognize how your energy is being systematically extracted, you can begin to make conscious choices about where you direct your attention, your emotions, and your life force. You can start to withdraw your energy from systems that drain you and redirect it toward activities, relationships, and pursuits that genuinely nourish your soul. The process of energy reclamation begins with awareness. You must become conscious of where your energy goes throughout each day. Notice what activities leave you feeling depleted versus those that leave you feeling energized. Pay attention to which people in your life seem to drain your energy and which ones seem to amplify it. Observe how different types of media consumption affect your emotional state and energy levels. Once you develop this awareness, you can begin to make strategic choices about your energy investment. You can choose to limit your exposure to news media, especially first thing in the morning and last thing at night. You can create boundaries around your social media usage, perhaps designating specific times for checking these platforms rather than allowing them to interrupt your day randomly. You can begin to question your consumer impulses and ask whether purchases are truly necessary or simply responses to manufactured desires. In your work life, you can look for ways to align your daily activities more closely with your authentic interests and values. This might mean changing careers, starting a side business, or simply finding ways to bring more creativity and personal expression into your current role. You can also practice protecting your energy at work by taking regular breaks, setting healthy boundaries with colleagues, and refusing to absorb workplace drama or negativity. Your living environment plays a crucial role in either supporting or draining your energy. You can create spaces in your home that feel peaceful and nurturing rather than chaotic or overwhelming. This might involve decluttering, adding plants, creating areas for meditation or reflection, or simply ensuring that your space feels like a sanctuary rather than another source of stress. The people you spend time with have a profound impact on your energy levels. You can begin to consciously choose relationships that are mutually supportive and energizing, while gradually distancing yourself from relationships that consistently drain your life force. This does not mean becoming selfish or uncaring, but rather recognizing that you cannot truly help others if you are operating from a depleted state yourself. Your body is the vessel through which you experience life, and caring for it properly is essential for maintaining high energy levels. This means eating foods that genuinely nourish you rather than processed foods designed to create addiction and dependency. It means moving your body in ways that feel good rather than punishing exercise routines. It means getting adequate sleep and rest without feeling guilty about not being productive every moment. Spiritual practices become essential tools for energy reclamation and protection. Meditation, prayer, time in nature, creative expression, and other practices that connect you with your deeper self help you generate energy from within rather than constantly seeking it from external sources. These practices also help you develop the inner strength and clarity needed to resist the energy extraction attempts of various systems. Learning to say no becomes a crucial skill in protecting your energy. Every yes to something that does not serve you is a no to something that could genuinely nourish you. You have the right to decline invitations, requests, and opportunities that do not align with your values or current capacity. Saying no to energy drains creates space for authentic yeses to emerge. Developing your own sources of meaning and purpose helps protect you from the manipulation attempts of various systems. When you know what truly matters to you, when you have a clear sense of your own values and direction, you become much less susceptible to the promises and threats used by energy extraction systems to control your behavior. The journey of reclaiming your energy is not about becoming perfect or completely withdrawing from society. It is about becoming conscious and intentional about how you engage with the world around you. It is about recognizing that your energy is your most precious resource and learning to invest it wisely rather than allowing it to be harvested by systems that do not have your best interests at heart. As you begin this process, you may notice resistance from the people and systems around you. This is natural and expected. Many of the structures in your life depend on your continued participation in energy extraction patterns. When you start to withdraw your energy from these systems, they may increase their attempts to pull you back in through guilt, fear, or promises of rewards. This resistance is actually a sign that you are moving in the right direction. The systems that have been harvesting your energy will not give up easily. They may use your relationships, your work situation, or your financial concerns to try to convince you to return to previous patterns of energy expenditure. Recognizing this resistance for what it is, rather than taking it as evidence that you are making a mistake, helps you stay committed to your energy reclamation process. The ultimate goal is not to become completely self-sufficient or to withdraw from all human interaction. The goal is to engage with life from a place of conscious choice rather than unconscious reaction. When you operate from a full energy state, when you are connected to your own inner source of power and wisdom, you can engage with the world in ways that are genuinely beneficial to yourself and others. You begin to see through the illusions and manipulations that previously controlled your behavior. You recognize attempts to trigger your fear, anger, or desire for what they are rather than automatically responding to them. You make choices based on your own inner guidance rather than external pressure. You invest your energy in relationships, activities, and pursuits that genuinely serve your growth and the growth of others. This transformation does not happen overnight, and it does not require perfection. It is an ongoing process of becoming more conscious, more intentional, and more aligned with your authentic self. Each small step you take toward reclaiming your energy creates momentum for further positive changes. Each boundary you set, each conscious choice you make, each moment you choose awareness over reaction contributes to your overall energy sovereignty. The ripple effects of your energy reclamation extend far beyond your personal life. When you stop feeding energy extraction systems, you reduce their power and influence. When you model conscious living for others, you give them permission to examine their own energy patterns. When you operate from a place of authentic power rather than depleted reactivity, you contribute to the creation of a more conscious and compassionate world. Remember that reclaiming your energy is not selfish. It is one of the most generous things you can do for the world. When you are operating from a place of genuine vitality and inner connection, you have much more to offer others. Your relationships become more authentic, your work becomes more meaningful, and your presence becomes a source of inspiration rather than drain for those around you. The path forward requires courage, patience, and commitment. It requires the willingness to question assumptions you have held for years. It requires the strength to make changes that others might not understand. It requires the faith to trust your own inner wisdom even when external authorities disagree with your choices. But the rewards of this journey are immeasurable. As you reclaim your energy, you reclaim your life. You rediscover your own creativity, your own wisdom, your own capacity for joy and fulfillment. You stop being a victim of circumstances and become the conscious creator of your own experience. You stop seeking salvation from external sources and discover the infinite wellspring of peace and power that exists within you. This is your invitation to begin. This is your call to wake up to the reality of how your energy has been used against you and to take back your power. The journey begins with a single conscious choice, a single moment of saying no to what drains you and yes to what truly serves your soul. The time for unconscious living is over. The time for energy sovereignty has begun.